In this video, I'm installing an outside faucet. We currently only have one at our house, and it is on the back side of the house. And with summer right around the corner and us having multiple uses for a hose, I'm installing one in the front of the house so that is a lot more convenient for us to do all the things we want to do, such as setting up a sprinkler for my kids, because after this, I'll be able to use a 20-foot hose instead of a 150-foot hose. It's a small problem, but this is also a small job. This is a frost-free hose bib. It's not really needed in my area, but it's the only thing I had on my van. And for this job, it was kind of spur of the moment, and I wanted to just use what I had on me instead of making a trip to the store on a weekend, which is the main reason I'm sweating this into the hose bib. I'm pressing the rest of the job, but I didn't have any female press adapters, so I'll be soldering this one connection. And here's my thoughts on the solder versus ProPress debacle that everyone seems to care so much about. In my opinion, who cares? If you can do a job that is professional, efficient, makes you money, isn't leaking, and you provided the service for the customer that you wanted to, that's all that matters. And you'll never make everyone happy. If you press connections, people are going to say you don't know how to plumb, you should have soldered that, or you need to learn how to solder. And if you solder, people are going to say you're wasting time. Why aren't you using a press tool? So to me, it's not worth a conversation. I think it's just important to focus on the job and get the job done right. And I'm not saying soldering isn't important. I think it is a huge part of the trade, and it's something you have to know if you're a plumber, because inevitably you will have to do it. But I think when you can, if you can use a press tool, it's faster and extremely efficient. And you might be thinking, well, you're only saying that because you're not even good at soldering. And yeah, I want to disagree with you. I'm not the best. There are people that make insanely clean joints and are faster and better at it than me. Now, I've never had a leak, but I could always improve on it. I'm just talking about this because this is something that I see in everybody's comment sections, not just mine. And at the end of the day, I think there's a lot more important things to work on and talk about. So just strive for a professional job that services the customer, and that's what's important, without any leaks, of course. But back to the hose bib here. Once I stubbed it inside the crawl space, I'm just tying it on to this main 3/4 branch here. I'm teeing off with a 3/4 by half press tee. And if you're curious, this main line is dropped 8 inches below the joist here because it's nailed to the beams on both sides. That's also why there's so much play in this line, because it's not strapped but every like 16 feet, which is probably a job for another day. So I didn't need a ball valve here. It is a frost-free hose bib, but as I said earlier, I'm just using what I had today without having to go to the supply house at all. And surprisingly, I didn't have any 1/2-inch couplings, so I just threw a ball valve on there, and I'll actually probably end up using it in the winter anyway. But that's pretty much it. Not much to it. Really quick and easy job, especially since I could just press all of these connections. And if you think I suck because I didn't solder those connections, all I have to say is I hope you sleep as well as I do at night. Thanks for watching.